Hey everybody, Tom Olson here from the Good Success community, and today I'm going to talk about how do you find a good mastermind? How do you know if it's a good mastermind for you or not? So I've kind of just created a list of questions to be able to help you figure out for yourself, hey, is this a mastermind I want to be a part of, or this might be good for them, but I might not be necessarily a good fit for it or not. So first of all, I think you have to look at the culture. And if the culture isn't going to be a good fit for you, it's probably not going to be a good fit. And you guys say, what do I mean by culture? Well, are these the type of people that I can see myself hanging around? Are these the type of people that are maybe in some of the same industries that I'm in, but they at least think about things at least similarly to the way I think about things? Are they going to be able to articulate things in a way that I can understand? So first question is the culture. Second one, which kind of goes along with culture, and it's very important to culture, is what are their core values? Does this mastermind have core values, and what are they? And do I exemplify those core values? Just simple as that. For us, the Good Success Mastermind, our core values are number one, charity. I think you should lead with love. I think that charity above all else. Doesn't matter how much work you do and how much money you make and how many houses you sell or how much business you transact, if you don't do it with love, if you don't do it with care, it means absolutely nothing. So that's for us. That may not be you, and if that's you, that's totally fine. But for us, charity is paramount. It's the number one core value. Number two, our core value is stewardship. It's what we think we were placed on this earth to do, is be a good steward. If you don't believe that, you're not going to fit with the Good Success Mastermind, but you may fit with another mastermind. That's great, but think about their core values. Ours are community and growth. Most masterminds have some kind of community, some kind of growth aspect to it. I think for us, community is, do you show up? Do you participate? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you put the customer ahead of yourself? Or is it all just about, me, I'm some great superstar? So that's what our core values are. Number three, do you trust these people? And I think this is very important. So if somebody's going to give you advice, if you're going to put yourself in front of a bunch of other, the multitude of counselors, there is safety. If you're going to put yourself in front of that group of people, do you trust what they have to say? Do you trust that they're giving you advice that's going to be good for you? Or do they just like to hear themselves talk? And, I've been in groups, sometimes I've been in meetings where I kind of felt like, ooh, that person just doesn't really... They're not listening to what I have to say. They really just want to let everybody know how smart they are. So for me, I don't think that that's a place that I want to be, but I think it all boils down to trust. Do you trust the advice that you're given? Do you trust the people enough to give you good advice? The next one I would ask is, do these people really care about me? Do they care about helping me reach my goals and helping me reach the success that I was put on this life for? All those things are very important. I think another question that comes to mind in my mind is, am I the smartest person in the room? And if I am the smartest person in the room, to me, this is one of those questions I just ask myself just to kind of gauge. And I don't really think I'm ever the smartest person in the room in these meetings. And actually, I kind of like it that way. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. However, I probably have expertise. I probably have some core genius that is probably better than most of the people in the room. And I do have something to add. And that's kind of the next question. What can I add? How can I give to this community? How can I show up? Sometimes it's just, hey, I can be an encouragement to you. I can say, hey, I'm thinking about you, and I can listen to you. I think that's another great important part of it is, do the people actually listen? I actually think I almost thought about putting that in my little, 5 things about the power of the mastermind, is the fact that you get to listen. And I think masterminds over the years have kind of flipped sales upside down. For years and years and years, it's kind of the person up in the front of the room that's selling everybody. You hear about these sales presentations, and you got to build out a value ladder, and you got to teach everybody how much value you're going to give them in front of the room. I think masterminds kind of flip that whole model upside down, where when you're the person listening, you're actually bringing more value to the table than the person in the front of the room. And it happens every single time at every single mastermind I've ever been a part of. Where there's real value and where you can add value, sometimes it's just listening to somebody's innuendo or listening to the things that they don't think are issues in their business, but they really are. And then you kind of bring that back. You say, like I've heard people say in their presentations, I'm doing this and this and this, and I'm not really making any money at it, but I'm doing it, blah, blah, blah. And then they just go right on the rest of their speech and the rest of their presentation. And at the end, I'll turn around and I'll say, hey, you said you weren't making money doing this and this and this and this. Why are you doing it? And I think that kind of leads me to my next question that I would want you to ask when you're vetting a mastermind and you're thinking about joining a mastermind is, will this group of people hold me accountable? Will they ask me the tough questions? Do they care enough about me to listen to what I have to say and question every step of the way? Question why I do what I do. Question if I'm doing something that's going to have a good return. Question the people that I might have in my business. Question myself and even question me as the core genius that I think I might have in a particular business. I've had people get up in front of masterminds and they're like, I'm a visionary. And at the end, I had to kind of tell them, hey, I don't know. You could be a visionary. And it's kind of the sexy thing to say right now, hey, I'm a visionary or I'm whatever. I'm a business owner, so I just must be a visionary, right? And I don't think that's always the truth. But being able to question them, and I had to say to this young man, or actually he's not even a young man, he's older than I am, but I had to say to this guy, I'm not sure that you're really a visionary yet. You may be a visionary in the making. You have a dream, that's fine. But a visionary understands how to articulate the dream and how to kind of bring it back to reality and how to help make those things a possibility, how to tell his CEO or his integrator or whatever you want to call it, how they're going to make it there. So somebody who's going to ask you the tough questions and somebody who is going to hold you accountable. So those are the questions that I would think about. Maybe write them down. And just say, hey, if I'm going to vet a mastermind and I'm going to decide I want to join a mastermind, I don't know which one to join, put those questions into play. And I think that will really help you figure out if a mastermind or if a particular mastermind is the best choice for you. What I can tell you, and I can just lay it out there for you just like this, a mastermind is an investment. A mastermind is an investment of money. It's an investment of time. It's an investment of discipline. But I believe if you put in the effort, it is infinity ROI. It's hard sometimes to show and articulate in detail what the actual return is on a mastermind, but I can tell you for me, it is absolutely uncalculable. It's not just about the tangibles. It's not just about the dollars and the cents. It's about all the intangibles. And in my opinion, that's so much more value than all the little things that you can tie to money. So be careful about tying it to money, although I think you can. And I believe just our net profit workbook, just this right here, I believe if somebody will go through this and go through every page and work on this every single week and go through this, I believe that this will give somebody, just this, will give you somebody at least $100,000 more return in their money. And this is only a $100 workbook. I think if you have somebody that goes over this with you, and you put yourself under a coach and under a group of people that will help hold you accountable to what you will reach those goals. So I'm not trying to blow smoke. I'm not trying to just put pie in the sky for you. I really believe in the power of the mastermind. I've seen it work for me, and I believe that it will work for you as well. So that's it for today. I went a little longer today. I hope that's okay. But remember, live life on purpose for a purpose. Work to have to give.